up right back there at the Hunter's Tale.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning comes, you've had your rest, you've had your morning meal, and another day, another sun rises on the city of Dannad. So, what would you like to do?
I want to train.
You want to train?
Yeah.
Okay, what are we training in?
Jinjitsu.
Be specific.
I would like, okay. So we're waking up all together, like in the hideout bunk, right?
Yes.
Before I leave to train, I'm going to say, like, so we can stay here, and I mean, he'll give us free food and stuff like that, but I've been bunking with my family at my father's old glass workshop, and if you guys want to come there or stay there at all, but I'm probably going to go and check in with my family and maybe do some, like, training, and then I'll be back in, like, an hour or two, or maybe, like, 5 hours.
Is that why you took my money?
Yes.
Lorelai gives her the 15 gold.
No, you don't need to give it to me. I'm okay. I don't need it. I got the really good gold before.
Well, I feel like they need it. I would like to contribute to it. And she gives her the 15 gold back.
And I take it. I'm very excited. I'm like lighting up. I'm very happy about that. And I will say, like, kind of like teary-eyed, but like not really, because I'm a tough, rough, 12-year-old boy, and I'm like, ah. But for Clumpy, I'll say, okay, guys, you guys can come with me if you want to, but I'm definitely gonna go home for a little while, and I'll be back.
I'm gonna check out the area, see if I can make some money.
Make some money?
Yes.
Okay, make some money doing what?
Well, if there's no activity in bounty hunting and stuff like that, maybe look for some rich folks so I could gamble and win some money.
Hey.
Okay, all right, cool.
I want to go with him.
Okay, we can do this. Kara, Eleanor?
Since we've been through a little battle, even though I don't sleep, I come out of Sentry's Rest.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have this thing where I need to, like, make sure my steel I have on my person, I have to repair, get the bumps out, and buff and shine. So I'm going to be doing that and probably sharpening my sword and shining the sword. That takes a while.
Okay. So you're going to spend the day just
doing OCD things.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool.
Think that, like,
That's
I have
enough.
to do it.
Kara, anything in particular? Or?
I'd like to just walk the perimeter and take in what's there.
Okay.
Okay? Take in what's on the perimeter of where we are.
All right.
And jot it down to memory.
All right. I guess we'll thank you, Lorelai. What would you like to do?
Lorelai would like to just take a walk and see if she could find Fifi.
The cat!
Okay.
I said that last time. I do want to go and look for the cat because I feel like a shithead.
Oh, that woman that had the cat?
You're going to your family.
I'm going to go to my
Lorelai
family.
called that.
I said that last time. Okay, yeah. All right.
I don't remember you saying that last time.
Do you remember I said that I felt like a shithead because I was mean to the woman and I was going to spend a couple hours looking for the cat?
I do remember that.
I do remember too.
Okay,
yeah.
if you want...
I'll do it on my own time. I'll go and visit my family, work out, and then I'll do it on my own time.
Okay, cool. So we'll start with Eleanor, and we'll go around this way, because yours is the easiest.
Okay.
You're basically just going to spend the day, you buff out your armor, sharpen your sword. You get a few other stragglers coming in and out as Glaucus, he sort of runs one of the hubs of the rebellion in his... So you get a few other rebels that come in and out. Some get very curious because no one in this city has ever seen a Warforged. They've only read about your kind. So you do get a few who, you catch a few staring at you, but nothing aggressive.
Malicious, nothing
it's
malicious.
all just sort of like
Curiosity.
yeah.
Okay.
But no one approaches you.
Okay.
You're not sure if it's everyone just kind of doesn't want to make friends because it's a rebellion and you don't know who you're going to lose, or if it's just intimidation. You're not sure, but no one is actually coming up to you.
It doesn't bother me that much at all.
Glaucus is the only one who would actually come up to you and check on you every so often.
That's fine for now.
Morpheus and Lilith.
If Morpheus checks her out,
Yeah.
or it out.
I'm a far traveler, so I have a gaming dice on me, so I want to pull them and be like, Morpheus, come on, let's go have
Wow,
some fun.
magic dice.
And I want it to be really spooky looking, like black
I can dig it.
runes that are made of bone that are like etched with weird symbols.
And I'm thinking, wow, we could make a good pair making up some loot here.
Yeah.
After
Okay.
I hear word that there are some areas where there's money.
Some rich dummies.
Yes, rich
Okay.
dummies.
Are you
go
looking? Are you looking for an underground game, or are you looking to start one with random rich people?
Well,
Those are two different types of checks. I just want to know what we're going for here.
probably try looking for underground.
An
And
underground
then spring
game.
out from there to get word or get some intel.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that idea.
Each of you roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. What'd you get?
That's 20.
19.
They both got no way. You both got nat 20s.
High five.
But mine's a 19 because I suck.
That's all right.
You both got a nat 20?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Plus my 4.
24.
He got a
That's
24, she got a
on the
19.
fly.
So magic dice. Well, then again,
No, I want it to
sorcerer
look
dice.
like spooky,
Oh, yeah?
spooky dice.
That's
Like,
cool. I
You're
can
like,
dig
where
it.
is this girl from?
Okay, so after it doesn't take you both very long, which is surprising because you're both a little out of your element. Lilith preferring to stay to the shadows, Morpheus not knowing cities very well. But something about the prospect of getting your hands on some loot and fleecing some rich people sort of kind of gives you that little boost of energy, like a nice cup of espresso.
Yes.
And you are able to find your way to... Calling it a tavern wouldn't be accurate. It's more of a... Sort of like what a VFW hall would be to veterans. This would be to noblemen and rich folk, called the Master's Landing. Very much more of a social club than a tavern or a restaurant. And right away, as you approach the front door, you walk in, and you're met immediately by just the fact that this is very fancy, ornate, lots of marble and dark mahoganies that decorate the halls. So this is...
We stick out like a
You
sore
stick out
thumb.
like a sore thumb, but it's also the place you're looking for because there's clearly a lot of rich people.
Right.
And immediately you're approached by an older elven man in blue and silver robes who right away, I'm sorry, I think you might be in the wrong place. Is this something we can help you with, or else I'm going to just ask you to move about your business?
I would like to, like, fluff my hair, but I'm bad at it. So I'm just going to, like, kind of go like this, like, stringy hair, and just be like that. Like, I'm trying, but it's terrible.
Okay.
Super awkward.
Super awkward. And I'm like, that's going to make me look fancier. And I would like to just, I'm going to message you and say,
When you say message, is this something that you're going to be sending?
yes. So,
So I
you
can-
know
my
I
mom-
cast spells, right?
Right.
You don't know much more about me, but you know that.
Right, I have
right?
it written.
So I can cantrip and just send you a thought
Right.
that just says, let's stand up straight. Let's see if we can get in
I
here.
gotcha.
And
I'll start talking with the guy. We're new in the area here. Obviously, we may look out of place, but we're not stupid, you know?
Okay, that is... Again, what business do you have here? What are you looking for?
We're looking for gaming.
Well, I doubt you have the coin to get in. I mean, it's 50 gold to get into any game.
We do have money.
Yeah,
Do you now?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I pull my pouch. I don't want to open it up, but I'm just gonna take like a couple coins from the top and just go clink, 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 clink.
He reaches over, not to take your pouch, but he sort of just pulls open the seam. I like to look inside to check and make sure that it's all gold and you're not pulling out 3 gold and it's full of copper kind of
And I
thing.
put on fake airs like, of course it's in there. Yeah.
And I show him the same thing.
Well, I suppose gold all looks the same, doesn't it? And he steps aside and there's large mahogany doors that he just kind of pushes in and opens up into a large game room, which is surprisingly quiet, even though it's about half full. By all means, it's your coin. and he just steps aside and allows you entrance.
Okay.
This guy is so freaking pompous.
The room is about 90% elves. There's a few humans, and you think you see maybe there's one shorter person, could be a gnome, could be a halfling, but it is almost all elves.
So I present as human, or like
You present as
completely
human.
You
You present as
that's
human,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just a tall one.
You stick out completely like a sore thumb.
So as I enter, I can't really process the area. Like this is a foreign land for me, so I want to kind of a little vamp off him a little bit and see where he walks to. And if anybody observes
got
that
the whole
you're too
area,
big
yeah,
or weird or whatever,
yeah.
I totally can't process
I
that.
got the whole
to me,
area
you're normal.
scanned already.
Yeah.
Okay. You're seeing all of these tables,
Right.
but they seem to be clustered into sets of, you're really only seeing 3 different games, and it's just multiple tables of the same games. You're seeing one game that is played with 2 cards. There's a dealer, and then there's another table full of people, and each one has 2 cards, and you see they're trying to make some kind of number, and the winning number gets the coin type thing.
Okay.
What's up?
Oh no, I just went home.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're seeing a second game that's played with 2 dice, 2 6-sided dice. There's a roller, and then there's people betting on what the number is going to be rolled.
Right.
And then you're seeing another one that looks like there's cards in the center of the table, and then everyone sitting around the table has 2 other cards, and they're trying to match their cards to each other, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Basically, you're seeing variations on blackjack, craps, and poker.
I go look at Lilith and I pull her aside and I say, "Do you have anything else besides dice?"
I love my runes. They've always done well for me. Let's walk to the dice. I hear dice.
All right, we'll stick there. Thinking that we got to be careful of how we work it, because then they'll say, "Enough with your dice. Try another dice."
Yeah. Well, let's see what they allow us
Okay.
to do. But
No problem. I'll go with the flow.
I can try. Yeah. I want to walk up to the dice table and just take a couple coins and put it on the table and say, "I am proficient with the dice things. What are we? Yeah."
Oh.
I'll
Do you-
put the same amount that she put.
Do
on
you
the
wish
table.
to roll, or do you wish to bet?
I wish to roll.
You wish to roll.
This gentleman will handle our bets.
Yes.
Okay. The minimum bet, as it was explained to you, is 50 gold.
Mm-hmm.
The object of the game, you roll 2 6-sided die.
Mm-hmm.
If you roll a 7 or an 11 on the first roll, it's an automatic win.
Mm.
If you roll a 2 or a 12 at any time, it's an automatic loss. On the first roll, if you roll something else, you make your point, and you have to roll again to try to make that point again in order to make your money. So if you roll a 5, you have to keep rolling, and you have to get either a 5 before you crap out, which would be a 2 or a 12.
Is this the real rules of craps?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know craps that well. I'm kind of
Okay.
making up my own game.
Okay, I will roll. You said it's 2d6?
2 d6s.
So we'll split. We'll
Okay.
split it. You put 25. I put 25.
Sure. You
Okay.
get the sense that I don't understand money,
Yeah.
and I just put a bunch on the So
I'm
you
trying to
can
figure out if you're
count.
playing dumb.
You can
You're
count
playing
if.
dumb.
And Morpheus
No,
quickly-
I play
Yeah.
like.
You think she's a genius?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. No, I just throw some of the coin-looking things on the table.
Okay, Lilith, roll me 2 d6s.
Hey, crap.
6
6. Okay, now it's a race to get 6 again
before I get a 2.
before you get a 2 or a 12.
Or a 12. Okay, here we go. Oops, one fell off. This is a 9.
Okay. You keep rolling until you get one of them.
Until
It's a race to get 6
Ooh,
before you get a 2 or a 12.
10.
Oh boy.
6.
6, you hit it. Okay. And there's no cheering or anything like that. The elf is just very quickly.
I check.
And he matches your 50 gold. So you've won, I guess, 25 each?
Yes,
Morpheus, I think this went well. Do we go again?
indeed.
Excellent.
Are you letting it ride, which means now you're betting the 100?
He
Yes.
handles the betting.
Yeah, we'll do the 100.
Oh my
Okay.
god, I gotta leave the table.
Okay.
This is too stressful.
9.
Okay. Now it's a race to get 9 again before you get a 2 or a 12.
9.
9!
You get matched. There's another 100.
Oh. We're still doing good.
We're still doing good.
You get a little
Morpheus,
bit.
do we go? Do we go again?
I want to buy some drink.
You buy drinks?
Yes.
Should we walk away?
You know what? Let's continue.
Let's go.
Do you wish to let it ride?
Let it ride.
Okay. Leaving the 200 on the table and continuing to roll. Oh boy. Go for it.
I do look.
5.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to get 5 again before you get a 2 or a 12. Now a crowd is starting to gather.
3.
3.
You see a few more elves coming over. There's murmuring.
10.
10.
5.
Oh my God, Laura! Legitimately, you gotta go gamble now.
Yes.
And now there's 400 gold on the table.
Oh.
Wow.
I think we should
Go to Vegas.
Go start drinking.
Maybe
We
take a
take
little
our
break.
money and start drinking?
Because I gotta still. I'm trying to sense the area, and I feel.
Okay.
Hostility
I
around you?
pull-
Well, no, but I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay. All right. I pull my I take the dice and I hand them back to the dealer.
Okay.
And I say,
We'll give him a tip.
our these bones are blessed, and take care of them. And I hand them to him. And I think we should just take our bags and like start piling the money into our coin purses.
Right.
And is there like a bar or
There is.
something
Sure.
in the
We'll go there.
There's a bar on each end of the room. Because it's a
Okay.
pretty big room. Almost like gymnasium size. And there's a bar on each end.
We'll go
Okay.
to where there's less people.
Yeah, less people.
You're each 175 gold richer.
Right.
And you make your way to the bar.
Right.
For the sake of brevity, how do you spend the rest of the day? Are you having a few drinks and bouncing? Are you staying there looking for trouble? Just so I know how we're going to go about this.
I don't know what to do next. It's foreign land for me, like I'm not sure, so I would like to, but I don't want to admit that, so I message to you in your head again, like, what are you drinking?
I'm gonna have the usual what's on tap.
Okay.
I don't want to get
What-
too off.
What
'cause
Morpheus says is what I say to the
I
bartender.
don't want to get too because I get a little dark if I do a lot of drinking. So I want to
Okay.
just keep it to a
So,
minimum since it's
we
a new
drink
area.
and then we kill people. Yeah.
Well, I still want to get the feel.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
get some intel.
So just drink first.
Just drink first, right?
Yes.
No-
So we drink first.
Right.
Okay.
Just to get an idea of the area.
Okay, and if you're just saying whatever's on tap, you're basically getting the house ale.
Ale, yeah. Try that.
Which is pretty good.
I can dig it.
Pretty good. Not bad for a house ale, especially. And you're trying to get intel, you said?
Well, yeah. Since I have that skill and all that, I want to see if I could get a contact. To
Okay.
see the area because I got that skill, ear to the ground.
Does anybody like come up to ask me about my homeland or anything like that? Or
No one comes up to either of you.
Okay.
Am I
because-
doing this right?
Yeah, you
okay,
absolutely.
all right.
It was a matter of what nature of the info, like what form does the info take?
Gotcha.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I
All right.
needed to read that, so
No,
I know
I
how to.
gotcha.
You were doing fine.
All right.
I don't know my character that well.
Gotcha.
Nobody approaches you because you're very much outsiders,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the way that the elves are in this city.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, okay, you came in, you obviously have coin, and we'll let you drink, but no one really comes up to either of you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The bartender doesn't make a lot of conversation, it's just, what do you have? Okay, pours the drink.
Okay.
Most of the criminal activity you're listening for, Morpheus, having the bounty hunter background,
Right.
is talk of the rebels. That's most of the criminal
Rebels.
activity.
Okay.
That
Okay.
you're overhearing a lot of that.
Yes.
You're overhearing talk of the captain who was assassinated in the streets.
Right.
Is there anyone to kind of push a little bit on that subject as to do they have leads? Do they are there any descriptions of people that they're searching for? Is there a bounty on anyone's head? Is there
That's what I'm looking for.
All right.
Because I am a bounty hunter.
Are you
You're
asking
a bounty
or
hunter specifically?
Well, that's my skill. That's my
your
background.
are you asking anyone specifically, or are you just listening?
I would say I'm listening because I'm not comfortable engaging with people I don't understand.
You rather me.
Okay.
But if I have an understanding that he's a bounty hunter, again, like for me, it's drafting off someone that I find interesting and just kind of following and shadowing
She could
him.
give me some intel, like, check this person out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could go further.
Between the two of you, you overhear. They don't know who it was that killed Pigtooth specifically. They know it was. They highly suspect it was rebels, and they are apparently bringing in a famed inquisitor from Bardrin, which you know is the capital city of this continent, named Volante Zane is the name you pick up. Volante Zane, who is supposedly a renowned inquisitor who they are bringing in specifically to investigate the murder of Pigtooth.
Okay, so we hear that from overhearing a conversation.
Yep.
I'm going to say to Morpheus again, I don't speak, it's just in your head.
Like, yeah. Took me a little while because I had lots of things in
Yeah. So I'm just like looking up at you, like you need to find out what his skills are. Like, what is he? Like an inquisitor, but I mean, like, how does he torture? Like, we need to understand what we could be facing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I do an invest?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do an invest.
Well, are you asking anyone, or are you just trying to like
Figure it out in my...
make an intelligence check?
Okay.
I'll allow history. I'll allow a history
Okay,
check.
yeah. Like if he had heard of him before?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'll allow a history check on this. And then after this, I'm going to jump to...
Can I help
Spot.
him because I'm there?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
You can do it twice.
14, so 14 plus 2,
I'm doing
16.
all my rolls from now. No, I'm just kidding.
14, how much?
14 plus 2, that's 16.
16.
you.
You've heard the name.
Okay.
He is
Volante Zane.
Volante Zane. You've heard
Zane,
that. You've
okay.
definitely heard that name.
Right.
His reputation precedes him. He is a very formidable inquisitor. Not somebody you want to be on the business end of. Has the reputation of an always gets his man kind of guy.
Ruthless.
Very ruthless. And if he's being sent, that means the capital knows about this. The Prime Seer probably knows about this. And they are taking it very seriously.
Yeah, they want to end this.
It's not a good thing that he's coming.
Okay.
Well, we have nothing to worry about for now.
Well, you are the ones who killed Pigtooth.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I'm like, did
I
you
get
just
kinda-
actually say out loud to me, we're okay, we have nothing to worry
No,
about?
I didn't say that. I said that in my mind, and you're like looking at me. I guess.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm just going to slowly, like when we get all this information, I'm just gonna be like, so we should not be in public anymore, and let's
Gotcha.
Morpheus, let's walk towards the door. Yeah.
That's fine. We'll do that.
Or stumble because we've been a little.
Yeah, we're.
Yes,
Drinky,
mark
drinky.
mark off 2 gold total
2 gold.
for your drinks.
Oh, okay.
For your drinks.
Okay. So you subtract that from the total that we got originally.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, done. All right.
Okay, and you make your way back to the Hunter's Tale. 174 gold, Richard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spot.
I've actually been looking up YouTube videos of what I would like to practice.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna check on my sisters. I'm gonna give them the money. Make sure that they're eating well and that they're doing okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then when I'm done with them, I'm gonna go upstairs to the roof, and I'm gonna put 2 poles, and I'm going to practice the video that I'm watching to figure out how to do like a spinning backflip, kick out weird thing, and use my tail to go boom boom and hit both of them at the same time.
Nice, almost like a karate.
Like the
type of-
fighter's sweeping attack.
Yes. And
That's
I wanna,
the one that goes 1-2, right?
Yeah, so it's like mechanically, if I hit the first one and
You can keep going and hit the
I
second
can
one.
keep going and hitting the second one
Okay.
as long as the AC and the dice would still hit the second one.
Okay. Your sisters come up and watch you train.
Okay.
As they've done before. They like to see you practice.
Do they give me advice?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're both sitting there with You're dropping your back shoulder.
I can imagine the 2-year-old getting in the way. Go ahead.
They're all kitties too.
They're both cats.
Okay.
All 3 of them.
How
There's
much
a
time do you
little one.
spend practicing?
Realistically, I think 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, I'll give you the 3.
Okay.
So mark off 3 hours of training time underneath sweeping attack.
Okay. And from here out, known as sweep.
Sure. Victoria is working on something I emailed all of you before we started on how I'll allow people to come up with their own stuff if you want to invent an attack or a technique or maybe create a spell. Victoria came to me with some ideas of what she'd like Spot to be working on, and this is what we're doing. So I told her after a certain amount of time, she will be able to learn a cool new thing. So, as I said,
After amount of hours trained,
after a certain amount of hours training,
I got
Then
you.
you get to the point where you can do that.
You
like
can
once
use
a
it.
day. So
Yeah.
like once I
Efficiently.
hit a certain amount of training hours, I can do it once a day. And
I'm trying to give players more room to be creative and come up with other shit that they want to do. So 3 hours of training underneath sweep.
got it. Logged. And then I want to ask my sisters, have you guys seen a little cat, like an alley cat, missing over on the blah 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 street? Have you heard of a missing cat?
Your younger sister just looks at you. Your older sister goes, "Oh, you that crazy old lady who's always out there yelling for her cat?
Yes.
We've never seen the cat, but I've seen the old lady."
I don't know what the cat looks like, but she's very upset and I was kind of mean to her.
Oh, okay.
But you guys haven't heard anything?
Just seen the crazy old lady.
All right. If you see the cat, can you just, like, return the cat to the old lady?
Okay,
Okay.
no problem, Louie.
All right. I just feel like a jerk. I was really mean to her.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Sure. I'm always right. Never wrong.
We know.
I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna try to maybe walk a block or two, like in a circle, like seeing if I can find any places that I think a cat would hide.
Okay, we'll come back to that because I'm gonna have you and Lorelai run into each other
Okay.
because Lorelai wants to do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, after 3 hours, so I'm sure she'll have a jump start on me, but after that time, I'll do that. And then...
Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Because you don't know, maybe Lorelai slept in.
Okay.
So, you know.
So it's step-by-step on how to do a court.
Kara. So you want to leave the city walls?
Yes, I think so.
And go outside the city borders.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I want to go on the outskirts.
Okay.
I left the city because I wandered out of the city.
Okay.
I wasn't in any particular frame of mind to go and find something. Just wandering.
You make your way through the woods, and you find this shimmering river stream,
Stream.
and you make your way to the banks and you sit down, and it's a peaceful wooded area. You can hear the birds chirping. You see the water. You catch some of the water in your hands, and you do a quick wash of your face. And when you bring your hands down, you look, and you, for a split second, you see a boat, and you see these dark figures on it. And right away, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you see there's a leader there, and all you see is a familiar Red Hood standing with a staff at the the center of the boat, and your hands begin to shake as the memories take hold of you. And you reach down to grab your mace, and when you blink, the boat's gone. Maybe an image from your memories as you saw that and you collect yourself, and whatever you saw was only in your mind for a minute, and you're reminded of this ever-present just beneath the surface. How long do you stay at the river?
That shakes. I think that would shake her up, and she starts back into the city.
Kara dusts herself off of the dirt around her knees and take a deep breath, collect yourself, and you grab your symbol of Kalimvor, and you're reminded of your mission. And you make your way back to the Hunter's Tale. This would basically take your entire day,
Yes.
because you left.
Yeah.
It would take several hours to get to that river, and obviously several hours back. So this would basically take your whole day. And finally, Lorelai.
Here we go.
So Lorelai, so you want to go find the old lady?
No, I want to find Fifi.
Okay.
Love it.
So you're just going to look for the cat. You're not making contact with the old woman.
No.
Okay. So you make your way back to the Lingenhall district. You find the familiar street that you were on, and you remember this is where the thing. There's that. Okay, this is where she was. I'll allow perception or investigation, whichever's better for you.
Okay. 16. Investigation.
Okay. You find the house that you remember the old lady, her name was Ilga, who you remember that's the house she walked out of when you first arrived to the city, when she cut across your path.
Mm-hmm.
And you figure that's a good starting point, and you kind of get your bearings outside that house, and you sort of, I mean, it's been too long to pick up tracks, but you just kind of see that from where you're standing, there's a direct line of sight that you can almost perfectly see from Ilga's door right into the open gate of this small, like, stables. And you can see, there's a couple of horses in there, and there's a halfling man who's just walking around brushing the horses. And it's a little bit at a diagonal, but it's a perfect line of sight. And you're pretty sure that halfling man gave you a quick side eye.
Uh-oh.
Well, who wouldn't?
Well, that's true. That is true. I can't deny that. But you kind of caught a vibe off that.
Okay. Lorelai goes and she follows the diagonal, not walking very quickly, kind of meandering, looking around, hands behind her back, and she goes towards the stables.
Okay. As you approach the stables, you see the halfling man is brushing one of the horse's manes on a stool because he's not tall enough.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach, he goes, "Oh, yes, hello, good morrow. Are you interested in a horse?"
Good morning. No, I'm actually wondering if you've seen something.
"Oh, I see lots of things. My stables are right here on the side of the street. I see lots. Well, what in particular?"
Good. Maybe you can help me. And I start to... Is the horse, like, close enough where I could just, like, start kind of petting it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's right there.
Okay. So I just start to pet the horse, and I'm just trying to turn on the charm to the max. Have you seen a kitten anywhere?
Okay. There's going to be several checks I want you to make here. Let's start with a persuasion.
Okay.
To see how amenable he's going to be to you.
18?
Okay. He seems very friendly, very at ease. And he says, "Oh, a cat? I don't believe so. I mean, there's many strays, but I've never seen any. Not here, no, not here."
Would you mind if I were to check the stable just to make sure? You know how cats can just sneak in the weirdest places.
With the 18 on the persuasion, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Okay, so you walk into the stables, and you're just kind of walking around, like, just looking?
I'm just going around, I'm like, here, kitty, 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 kitty. Psst, 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 psst.
Okay, make a perception check.
And all of a sudden Spot's like, "What?" From a block away.
10.
10. Okay. You don't see a cat in the stables.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that maybe about 50 feet behind the penned-in stable and the little covering of what would be like a desk and like a makeshift office for this guy, there is a small hut back behind the stables, maybe about 50 feet.
Okay. I'm going to go back out to is it a gnome or a halfling?
Halfling.
I'm going to go back to the halfling stable keeper. Darn, I just can't find this cat anywhere. There's a hut. There's a home right behind your stable. Whose home is that?
That's mine. That's where I live.
Oh. Would you mind if I checked in there? You know that cats can just creep in the weirdest places.
You've been very nice, but we've only just met, and I don't know that I'm comfortable welcoming you into my house.
Well, what do you have to fear from me? I mean, look at me.
I don't think I'm very comfortable with that now.
Well, what can I do to possibly make you more comfortable with me?
Bow wow, chicka wow wow.
He doesn't know how to answer
Is
that.
that a trick question?
Well, how about you become my friend first? And she holds out her hand. She's like, "My name is Lorelai."
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Grethen.
Ethan, it is an absolute pleasure. And I promise you can walk right next to me. I'll even stand right outside the door. I just want to see if, you know how cats sneak in the craziest of places. I don't even have to go all the way in if you don't want me to.
You just, okay, you can look from afar, okay?
Okay. Would you come with me?
Okay, we'll walk together.
Okay.
As he takes your hand and turns to walk back toward the hut, Spot, I'll say this is when you showed up.
Okay.
For the sake of the timeline, I'm going to say you got an earlier start on the day than Lorelai did.
Okay.
Maybe not Lorelai slept late, but maybe you got up really early because you wanted to check on your sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you arrive at Greethan Stables as you see a halfling man with hand in hand with Lorelai walking back through the stables toward this hut behind the stables.
Do I think something inappropriate because I'm a little boy and I think inappropriate thoughts?
Is that what Spot thinks? You see them hand in hand.
I want to roll for it. I want to roll...
Roll insight.
Insight? Yeah. 18 plus 4. 22.
It doesn't look like that.
Okay, it doesn't look dirty.
It doesn't look dirty.
Okay. How close is it to the old lady's house?
Maybe 30 feet? Catty corner?
Oh, so maybe I suspect something has to do with the cat?
With a 22 insight, you think maybe Lorelai had the same idea you did.
Okay, I'm going to trail behind, but not make my presence known. I want to sneak behind.
Make a stealth check.
Jesus, where's my stealth? All right, here we go. What? 21.
21? I know Lorelai's perception is not 21, and neither is Greethan. So, neither one of you knows that. Neither one of them knows that you are there. Okay, Lorelai, as you approach the house, you get within 25 feet of the hut, and that's as far as he's willing to take you.
Can you open the door? It would be kind of hard for a cat to come out if the door wasn't open.
But there's no cat in there. There's no cat.
How am I supposed to see?
You can see the house right from here. See? There it is.
Oh, but I don't want to see the house. I want to see if the cat is inside the house.
No, there's no cat inside the house. I don't have a cat.
No. Perhaps you don't understand. The cat could have snuck into the house.
No cat snuck into my house. I keep my house very, I keep a tight lock on it. No cat got in.
You seem nervous.
No, not nervous.
She kind of puts her index finger under his chin. Why are you so nervous?
1 second, Lorelai. Yes, Spot.
While he's distracted, I want to sneak around the hut and break it.
Make another stealth check, because you're changing position.
I guess not.
I guess that was a bad stealth check.
Okay.
Nat 1?
What's the total number?
6?
Okay. Lorelai,
Crash
Yes.
bang.
couple of things happen.
Couple of things happen. That's never a good sign coming from Van.
Oh, and that face is not good either.
Okay. Couple of things happen.
Couple of
Okay.
things.
First off, when you turn to him, you say, "Why are you so nervous?" You see a familiar, dark, humanoid cat crouched in like this A-Team Delta Force kind of position, but sticking out like a freaking sore thumb as it just hops over the fence and runs behind Greethan toward the house. And as you stick your finger under his chin, it's weird as your hand passes through where the chin should be, and you reach a chin underneath, and it's a pointy, leathery sort of feeling.
Oh, shit.
And right away his face turns and he notices Greethan and he goes, "No!" He just puts his hands on his head. No, you don't understand. And his form is no longer halfling, and you are looking at a kobold.
Chill touch.
I'm gonna pause it right there and we'll do that in the next episode.
Okay.